Hello. Good morning, one and all. I am Astuday Vadole, Assistant Professor of Mathematics from First Year Department, School of Engineering and Technology, H Raisoni University, Saikheda. Hereby take this opportunity for opening ceremony of International Conference on Sustainable Innovation in Science and Engineering 2024, which is organized by School of Engineering and Technology, H Raisoni University, Saikheda, in association with Research Association of Master of Engineering. I request all the dignitaries for Saraswati Pujan and lamp lighting. Please, sir. I request all to stand on place for university song.
सत्य की एक खोज है गुरुकुल की ये संकल्पना, गुरुकुल की ये संकल्पना।
ज्ञान की आराधना, ज्ञान की हो साधना,
ज्ञान की आराधना, ज्ञान की हो साधना। व्यक्तित्व का विकास ही समृद्धि की है अल्पना। उत्तरों की खोज में प्रश्नों की फसलें खिले, जिज्ञासा की बीज भी हर एक के दिल में पले। ज्ञान के दिन हर जले, अज्ञान की रैना ढले।
सत्य की हो कामना, गंतव्य नहीं एक राह है।
गुरुकुल की ये संकल्पना। ज्ञान की आराधना, ज्ञान की साधना, सत्य की एक खोज है गुरुकुल की ये संकल्पना, गुरुकुल की ये संकल्पना।
Students, please take your seat. I request Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Meena Rajesh, H Raisoni University, Saikheda, to welcome today's chief guest, Dr. Manish Kurekar sir, with flower bouquet. Now I request Dr. Arvind Bodhe, Dean School of Engineering and Technology, to welcome Dr. Manoj Kumbalkar sir, Director RAME Publication Pune. I request Dr. Sammek Parekar to welcome Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Meena Rajesh ma'am. Please, sir. Okay, okay. Thank you, sir. Sir, okay. May I continue? Okay, thank you. Dr. Meena Rajesh, Vice Chancellor GHRU Saikheda. Today, Chief Guest, Dr. Manish Kurekar sir, Dr. Arvind Bodhe, Dean School of Engineering and Technology, and Organizing Chair of the Conference, Dr. Narsimhachari, Dean Research GHRU and Organizing Chair, Dr. Sammek Parekar, Convener of this conference, Dr. Rahul Khokle and Dr. Jatin Sadarang, Co-Convener of this conference, faculty members, speakers, and researchers. It's my pleasure welcome you all for the today's international conference on sustainable innovation in science and engineering, ICSISE 2024, dated 3rd and 4th May 2024. I welcome all the keynote speakers and guests from all over the world present here to share their vast knowledge and experience with the community. I would like to put light on H Raisoni University. Raisoni Group of Institution, India, established in 1998, has a glorious history of more than 2 decades of existence in the education sector. It is one of the leading educational institutions in central India with its presence in 6 major cities. H Raisoni University is an independent co-educational institution established in 2016 that provides diploma, undergraduate, postgraduate program, and doctorate program with different specialization and research facilities in the domain of engineering, agriculture, pharmaceutical science, management, law, hospitality management, and many more, along with skill-based training that is the need of today's economy. I am coming to School of Engineering and Technology. The School of Engineering and Technology is an open platform where students are groomed to lead a successful career in industry, pursue higher studies, or entrepreneurial endeavors. The mission of the School of Engineering and Technology through its various programs like diploma, BTech, MTech, and PhD in the field of computer science and engineering, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, and mining engineering is to educate well integrated individuals who are versatile, adaptable, and possess analytical capability to offer techno, commercially feasible, and social acceptable solutions to real life engineering problems. I am coming to ICSISE 24. The International Conference on Sustainable Innovations in Science and Engineering 2024 is a young conference which accepts quality research papers, follow a peer review process, and get the proceeding published through reputed publishers. This conference is intended to seek intellectual contributions to experts from industry, academia, and research for embracing change and transformation through innovations and creativity. The scope of this conference is to provide a forum for researchers, scientists, academicians, scholars, and industrial practitioners from across the world to present paper and exchange their ideas on topics of great importance and recent development in broad field of existence, science and engineering. Without dealing the conference, I request Dr. Arvind Bhude sir, Dean School of Engineering and Technology, to address the conference. Please, sir.
Thank you, Professor Badole. Very good morning to the esteemed guest, Dr. Manish Kurekar, sir, Head of Department of Computer Science and Engineering, VNIT Nagpur. Dr. Manoj Kumbalkar, President of Research Association of Master of Engineering Publication and Professor of JSPN Narade Technical Campus, Pune. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Meena Rajesh, Dr. Sriram Joshi, Registrar of our University, committee members, faculty, a scholar, and dear participant. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all in this inaugural function of the International Conference on Sustainable Innovation in Science and Engineering, that is ICSISE 2024. It is hosted by School of Engineering and Technology at H Raisoni University in association with Rame Publication, Pune. The theme of this conference is Sustainable Innovation in Science and Engineering, and the sustainable means feasible for economical, environmental, and social. These conferences serve as the platform to the researcher, professional, academician, and the scholar to exchange the idea, share the insights, and catalyze the transform of action through the three different keynote speeches, panel discussion, paper presentation, and poster presentation. Sir, we receive 154 papers, and out of these, the committee selected 85 papers for this conference, as well as we received 74 posters, and we selected 47 posters for the conference. Dear participant, I would like to share the one example of the sustainability for the product. How many students know that the innovations is done in a EV vehicle, that is electrical vehicle? Is anybody? Yeah, it was developed in 1832 by Robert Adamson, and it is the product is come to the road at 1870. And after a long gap of 190 years, the product seemed to be a sustainable in 2023 and 24, and it is accepted by the some society. Now, each and every persons are planning for purchasing the EV bike or EV cars. Now, you just find out the gap for the development of the product, and it make a sustainable. It's required near about 190 years. From this platform, for this conference is a platform we asked you all approach for the conference with the open mind and spirit of the curiosity and commitment to the making a difference. Together, let us harness the power of innovation to address the grand challenges of our life and create the more sustainable and equitable world for the future generation. And with this word, I thank you and wish you all a fruitful and rewarding experience in ICSIST 2024. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Arvind Bode, sir. Now I request Dr. Sriram Joshi, sir, Registrar, H Raisoni University, Saikheda, to share his thought on this occasion. Please, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. A very good morning to uh, Kurekar sir, Kumbalkar sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dean Engineering, School of Engineering, uh, all the faculty members, all the deans, all the students and participants who are present over here. This year's international conference topic, which we have aptly selected, sustainable innovation in science and engineering. We are already seeing a lot of change which is happening throughout the industry, as well as there is a change in atmosphere, weather conditions, and lot of disruptions are happening uh, throughout the globe. And if we would like to sustain, or if we would like to go ahead for a longer life, then we need to find the sustainable solutions through science and engineering, which will uh, give us edge over the changing technology. Our race or our humanity has taken a lot of turns and twists, and we have came from the stone age era to the technological AI era, which we have already reached. But that is not it. If this change is not sustainable, then it will give us a lot of troubles. It may not give us trouble, but it will give the troubles to the generations which are coming in. A lot of us are facing a lot of problems, and those are astonishing problems, astonishing things which are happening around us. You would not have believed that Dubai or the Gulf countries will flood, but right now the Gulf countries are flooding. Still, there is a snowfall which is happening in Himachal Pradesh. This is because of lot of changes, technological changes that happened, and we have exploited it to the fullest and not thought about how it will react or how it will be affecting us in longer term. We have created plastic, we have created polymers, lot of polymers, and we are throwing those polymers on ground or in water, and we are not thinking about it will give global warming, it will be resultant into global warming. But now lot of people have come forth, and we are meeting regularly, like in G20 also we have discussed about climate change, global warming, and the solutions, sustainable solutions on that. And this conference is uh, say are try to bring lot of young minds at the platform wherein they can discuss on what innovation can happen, wherein we can live life sustainably. Our why we are studying Indian education system these days, why government has applied it, or why government has included it in our course curriculum, because our ancient scriptures, lot many times are giving us lot of small but very wise solutions on a lot of problems. It is always said that one banyan tree, you know banyan tree. How many of you don't know banyan tree? What banyan tree is? वट वृक्ष कहा जाता है जिसको. वट वृक्ष एक एक गांव में कम से कम 2 वट वृक्ष होने चाहिए, ऐसा हमारे ऋषि मुनि बोला करते थे. व्हाई दे सेड दैट? बिकॉज वन banyan tree can irrigate approximately 40 acres of land. Approximately 40 acres of land. One people tree can irrigate approximately 25 to 30 acres of land. It can hold that much of water even in scorching summers. It can give water for sugarcane as well as for onions. Onions and sugarcanes are two crops which are requiring most amount of water. So if one banyan tree is there, which is near to your farmland, that can irrigate approximately 35 acres or 45 acres of land. And that's why it is told why we worship trees. It's not about say something which is spiritual or something, or मैं अंधविश्वास वाला नहीं हूँ. After studying why we worship our nature is because of this only reason, because nature gives us back. Whatever we'll do with nature, nature will rebound. So it is a simple definition of Newton's law. Every action has equal and opposite reaction. So if we'll cut down trees, you will have global warming. If you plant trees, you will get something out of it. So like I take Newton's this law, every action has equal and opposite reaction. I do plant plants across around my house, or maybe there is jungle in just backyard of my uh, house, so I plant there. Now you will laugh, in jungle what kind of plantation you will do? But also in jungle you can do a kind of plantation wherein babul jungle is there, then you can plant a banyan tree over there, or there are fruit trees. Maybe you can go for jackfruit or other kind of trees which can hold water for longer duration. Already we are facing lot of problems of water. I request all of you to read our scriptures in whatever form they are right now. You may get a translation if you are Sanskrit loving person, or if you know Sanskrit little bit, you can read, you can translate that, or you can get the commentaries of those scriptures and you can find it out. So a lot of problems are already there with us. The solutions are already there with us in our scriptures. Uh, I hope this 2 days conference will ignite the young minds and give solution to the problems which we are facing. Before I stop, I would like to just say one. I said something about the scriptures and Sanskrit. Then I'll end up my speech with one shlok, which says that Samudra Vasane Devi Parvatastana Mandale Vishnu Patni Namastubhyam Padasparsham Samashvame. What does it says is, O earth, you hold oceans, waters, trees, and you are a Patni of Lord Vishnu. Before I step on you, I would like to like your forgiveness. And I believe in that if we do something which is really very good, the good will come back to us. So always try to give positive energies, positive things to society. The positive will come back to you, right? Very fruitful conference for you. I wish you very fruitful conference for you. And I congratulate School of Engineering and Technology for organizing this conference. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Sriram Joshi, sir, for putting a light on an Indian knowledge system, technologies and development. Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Meena Rajesh, Vice Chancellor of GS Raisoni University, Saikheda, for presidential speech.
Good afternoon, all. Respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, faculty members, and my dear students. Well, it should have been a good morning, but we are late by an hour so it is now a good afternoon. Well, I am an odd man out here. I'm not an engineer or neither from a science background. And for me, these two words, science and engineering, you know, they seem to be a very dicey one. Why it is so? Because it starts and ends, the entire life starts there and ends there. We see science and engineering being a very important, playing an important role in human development and progress. Without science and engineering, I don't imagine a life. But the same science and engineering brings out the cons, the negativity of that development and progress that we have. So probably as an end consumer of science and engineering, I have got so many things that I have experienced in my day-to-day life. Like I drive the best of the best cars or use the best technology phones, but I also bear the cons of these technologies. So as a science and engineering students, I feel that such conferences, I treat this such types of event as a capacity building event for both faculties and the students to discuss and deliberate that what could be done to bring in innovation. Not only innovation, it has to be a sustainable innovation. When I say sustainable innovation, this innovation should be accessible and affordable to the common man. As our university stands here in Saikheda, which is the remotest part of the most underdeveloped district of Madhya Pradesh, we are in need of certain sustainable innovation in our own area, like the water management. So during rainy season, there is a hell lot of water that comes out, but now where is the water? Our hundreds of acres of plantation go dry. So we need it. Here the farmers don't know how to practice a sustainable farming. We do have good universities and colleges around, but the end consumer doesn't have these things. So it's my humble request that such event should not be just blindly a paper presentation or a paper writing stuff. You guys have to really come up with certain affordable solutions. You have it's a good networking event that we have professors from esteemed institutes who would share their experience and thought processes. And I request that you have to take full advantage of these 2 days and come up with certain new ideas and new stuffs, and that could be a game changer in your life as well as for the others. So I hope that these 2 days would be a learning experience for both faculties and students here. And I appreciate the efforts taken by the working committee of SOET, GHRUS, to put up a conference on this hot summer. And thank you for the guests who have come down. And we would love to hear them, their keynote speeches. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I welcome Dr. Manish Kurekar, sir, chief guest for today's event. I am going to read his brief introduction. Dr. Manish Kurekar is an associate professor and head of department in computer science and engineering, VNIT Nagpur. Sir has completed PhD in Computer Science and Engineering from VNIT Nagpur, MTech from IIT Bombay, and Bachelor of Engineering from VNIT Nagpur. Sir has 11 years of software product development, research experience, and 14 years of teaching experience. To his credit, he has published several international and national papers, addressed several national and international conferences, 3 patents, and 2 IBM research reports. Sir lead several consultancy and sponsored projects. Sir has research interest in theoretical computer science, system biology, bioinformatics, and machine learning. Now I request Dr. Manish Kurekar sir to enlighten us with his first keynote session of the conference. Please, sir.
So, good afternoon, all of you. I'm Manish Kurekar, and with permission of Meena Rajesh Madam, the Vice Chancellor here, Registrar Sir, Bode Sir, and all of you who are present, I wish to start my keynote session on artificial intelligence. So, this is a sustainability conference, and we'll try to see how we can sustain our jobs. Right, artificial intelligence is poised to take over many jobs, and in this session, we'll try to understand what artificial intelligence is all about, what are its implications, what is the state of the art, and where it is going. We can't predict long-term future, but maybe we'll see what it predicts, what is available right now, and what is predicts in the future. Can I? Yeah. So let this be an interactive session in the sense that I would, I'll request you to raise your questions, raise your discussions as and when you feel like. Okay. So let it not be one way, but let it be a two-way session. So as of now, let me put the first slide, and most of you are from CS department, so I'm addressing to you students, who is the largest part of this conference, that what is a prerequisite for an AI expert right now. Currently there are a lot of jobs in AI, a lot of jobs are emerging, and you see that there is a lot of these highlighted elements, that you need to know programming, you need to know algorithms, you need to know probability, you need to know the probability, lot of mathematics. You should not be scared of mathematics. You should have the computer science background. You are all, mostly you are having that. If you don't, then you can pick up some of these subjects. A lot of online courses are available, and obviously you should be doing an undergraduate AI course. Okay, this prepares you to become a AI expert, and there are a lot of jobs available as of now. So what is the AI? AI comprises of many disciplines coming together. You see that there is computer science and engineering, that is there is mathematics, there is philosophy, there is biology, linguistics, cognitive science, psychology, economics. A lot of these things together and their interconnections actually form an AI. So you need to be aware You need to be confident about many different topics, and you should be malleable. You should be able to assimilate ideas from various different things. Okay. So there are lot of successes that are having recently, because of which AI research has gone to the forefront. It started with Watson defeating the Jeopardy champions. Okay, that was in 2011, and then DeepMind achieving the human-like performance, and then AlphaGo defeated the Go champions. Go is considered to be a very difficult game for computers. Okay, so we see that things have improved, and chat gpt is the new kid on the block. Are you aware of chat gpt, all of you? How many of you copy your assignments from chat gpt? Everyone, right? If chat gpt can do whatever you can do, who will employ you? Not people will not employ chat gpt, right? So what is missing? So you, what is missing is something that we are going to talk about. Okay, so lot of there are worries about AI right now, and it might not become sustainable, because you have how basically AI is now trying to gain what is what is called as general intelligence, which is basically the consciousness. Okay, so it wants to, people are trying to artificial general intelligence, like human like thinking, human like behavior, human like decision making. And as of now that is not there, but currently this is thing which is happening. So the manager is saying that you schedule a meeting to his secretary, and the phone schedules the meeting because it is listening to the, so like if the Siri is there, Siri will schedule a meeting for you. Okay, so this is already happening. So these people are getting redundant. What will these people do? Okay, so we are seeing that this, the last cartoon, if you see, the cars are talking to each other. Okay, and cars are basically saying that we will be basically driving fine unless the human inside doesn't intervene. Okay, so we are seeing that things are slightly taking their own decisions. So there are accidents that have happened in US where the cars have decided to take a to break down in high speed to take, to save someone, but then the occupants of the car have died. Okay, so things are happening this way. And so currently there is a Neuralink, uh, company named as Neuralink, which is also funded by Elon Musk, and that company is trying to build a brain machine interface. So one day they are planning to download your brain into a machine. So whatever your ideas, thoughts, experiences, imagination, everything will be downloaded, and then maybe it can be uploaded someday to another brain. So if you are rich enough, then you can purchase some body where you can live, start living again, because finally consciousness is brain, right? So this is not far away. Maybe we'll see in 20 years time. Okay, so what is artificial intelligence, right? So currently the majority of the definitions that we have are coming from the movies that we watch, right? And so currently it is not like that. Whatever we are seeing in movies, AI has not reached to that levels. So you have seen Transformer series or many other such. Uh, AI has not reached anywhere place. AI is currently very bad at even simpler stuffs like walking or running, and these things are also very difficult for an AI. And whenever the environment changes, like for example, everyone has his bathroom design different. Every single bathroom in this world probably is different, right? They will have different stuff there, you will have different things there. So an AI will find it very difficult to repair a pipe in a bathroom because it has not seen such things before. So you'll see that things that change very frequently are very difficult for AI. But things where you have patterns, they are easy. So current AI is bad for a lot of simpler stuff. Obviously, the blue collar jobs like plumbing, like AC fitting, fans, light fitting, these are not going. Electricians, they are not going to go away. They are going to remain. Okay, the kind of white collar jobs, typically, say people who are working in banks, stock markets, grocery stores, the clerks, the accountants, they might see a big problem because of advent of AI. Okay, so AI is now a very serious science. Lot of money is being thrown around. Lot of people have become rich. You see that Sam Altman, who is the owner of, or basically the CEO of OpenAI, is already a billionaire. Okay, so a lot of money is getting thrown around. There's a lot of serious stuff being done. A lot of great minds are working on it. And but the general purpose AI, like we see in the science fictions or science movies, that is still very far away. Okay, so why that is so? Because human brains appear to have a lot of special and general functions, and many a times it behaves slightly randomly. You can't predict how human brains will behave. And so general purpose AI, human like AI, is still far away. But what we are seeing is advent of special purpose AI. Special purpose AI is like game playing AI. It's very specific. AI which will play chess. A play AI will do logistic planning. Logistics planning meaning how do you schedule, say, picking up of picking and dropping of, say, Amazon parcels. So Amazon picks up it from various vendors and then drops it to the various customers. So how do you schedule that so that you require minimum number of fleets, you require minimum number of people, you require minimum amount of time. Okay, so humanly it is not possible. There are billions and billions of objects that have to be shifted around. But with AI, with machines, it is easy to the extent that a lot of value can be derived from it. Okay, so speech and image recognition that we are seeing already, right? So recently a Beatles song was released after they were not united for last 20, 30, 40 years, right? Their song was released because they could mix up their speech, right? Their way of uh, playing instruments and so on. So, image recognition, video processing is now done. Now, the translation of movies is happening online. Not only that, even the lip movement is matched. So, if a movie from Hollywood is dubbed in Hindi, then the lip movement is matched with the Hindi sentences. Okay, so that changes are happening, and we are seeing that autonomous cars like ADAS, automatic driver assistance systems, is available in now 10, 12 lakh cars. Honda City 12 lakh car is having an ADAS. Okay, so that basically says that the driver can get assistance from the cameras mounted on the top of the car, which will help him the car keep on the lane. So if you are driving on well marked roads like Samruddhi highway, you need not have the steering in hand, like it is not advisable. But then the car will drive itself because there is already ADAS. Okay, it can look at the markings and can take the decisions. Okay, so, but typically, what we see here is basically a rule book kind of AIs that are being as of now used. So this is called as the Chinese New argument, which was advanced by Searle in 1980. It says that there is a person sitting in a Chinese room and he is translating English to Chinese, and he has a dictionary where he can translate the Chinese to English. Now, if you post something in Chinese, you can get back the answers in English, and if you post something in English, you can get back in Chinese. Okay. So does that person need to be in Chinese or English expert? The answer is no. Okay, if he has a proper dictionary and if he can find any element in dictionary in picoseconds or microseconds, then you will see that you are talking in English and he is responding in Chinese and so on. Right? So this is what the computers are today. They are doing pattern matching. The patterns are given in the book. You have to replace one pattern with another or take decisions based on the patterns. Okay, this is seriously improving very fast, and this is the next thing that has happened right now. That is the Turing test. The Turing test says that you are having a man and a machine behind a door, and you are asking questions. Only one of them is answering. But can you tell whether the answers are coming from a machine or the answers are coming from a man? If you cannot distinguish that, then you have actually replaced a man with a machine. Okay. So this was the Turing test. And currently, if you see ChatGPT answers like humans, like an expert human rather. You ask the ChatGPT anything, and it answers better than you, right? If you ask ChatGPT to write a program to find the factorial number for 100, you will take maybe a day or half a day. It will write unless you practice. Or if you are asked to find seventh largest number in an array, the amount of time it will take half a day, it will do it in half a second, right? So you'll see that it is an expert already. What it has done is that, so there is lot of good open source programs that have been human read, human verified, that are already on the internet, and ChatGPT has been trained on that, right? So it's a special purpose thing. Okay. But then, is the Turing test the right goal to have for the human usable intelligence? So, aeronautical engineering texts do not define the goal of their field as making machines that can fly so exactly like pigeons that they can fool even other pigeons. Right? This is never the goal of building an aircraft. So, why we are building a machine, artificial intelligence? It says that we should replace humans. We should think like a human. We should act like a human. So, they are saying that general purpose machines, general purpose robots should not be the goal of humanity. Rather, we should do it very special purpose. We should have it for a very special thing, and doing that, we should stop there. Okay. So, right. So, currently, the AI research requires clearly defined tasks. Okay. Uh, they complex, messy, and ambiguous tasks typically come naturally to humans, but AI systems currently fail in that, or they are okay. Uh, AI systems, especially the last time, still lack broad understanding of the world, the common sense, to learn from very few examples, and creativity, out of the box creativity. Okay. So these are the areas that humans shine, or humans do better than AI. We are reasonably good at solutions to complex, messy environments, right? So, what do we mean by that? Let's say driving on the roads, right? You will see that people come wrong side, people jump the signal, and so on and so forth. There are many times potholes, right? There are cattle straying around. AI will fail in this chaotic scenario. But what humans can do, they can actually find out a way. They actually find out a way. That is how we drive anyway. So you see that. So this is basically a messy environment. You have to have a very defined structure, right? And if you don't have that structure, your AIs will fail. Okay. Analogical reasoning transfer learning, explaining, broad understanding of the world, and obviously humor, right? So, okay. So, with this introduction, let us go to a brief history of AI. So, the AI typically started with programming in the early 90s, but then Philip came in 1950s and 60s, where there were some expert system developed which could draw some conclusions, right? So, the idea was that you take an expert in an industry, and mainly the chemical industry was at the forefront that time, and then you decide if this gauge is going down, if this pressure is falling, if this temperature is rising, what might be the causes. So you basically try to replace that expert or replace five experts with one expert, and this expert system giving a lot of information. So this is actually happening. So if you go to this Koradi power plant, Koradi power plant is basically, so there are two types of power plants there. The earlier power plant is 220 megawatts, which is all manual, the older power plant. And the newer power plants are 660 megawatt, which are supercritical. Supercritical because the steam temperature there is more than 600 degrees Celsius. Typically, steam will boil at 100 degrees Celsius. So you have a lot of pressure, so that pressure, because of the pressure, water doesn't boil, and water starts boiling after 600 degrees Celsius. So there is huge pressure in that structure, and humans actually can't operate because it is close to 100 bars. One bar is basically the pressure of the atmosphere on our head as of now. So with that pressure, it's like a bomb. If humans do any mistake, it will explode. So everything is automated. Everywhere is we are seeing IoT devices there, and the control room is there. Like if, I don't know how many of you have seen the Star Trek. Right? It used to come during my time on TV. So there will be a console of lot of these terminals and buttons and lights. So their control room is same. Okay. So we see that, and how. So the older 220 megawatt uh, power plant requires around 300 employees per power plant, whereas except for the workers who load the coal and water into the power plant for the supercritical power plant, there are just 16 people required to manage one power plant. Okay, a drastic reduction in number of people because everything is automated, right? But this is basically drawn on expert systems. So you have certain things, and already the people know that if these things happen, then the system will start raising alarm. Okay, so that expert system is inbuilt. So that is the 50s and 60s work that we are seeing right now in production environments. But then it related to overhyping that AI will do a lot of things, but AI did not do a lot of things. So there was a AI winter. And then 70s and 80s, lot of such expert system were created. Again, over promising was done. Again, the second AI winter came. Nobody invested in AI, and this is the third time AI is getting prominence. Okay, but this time it is different than earlier. It is more rigorous. It is more scientific. It is more mathematical. Okay, so deep learning, which is the rage today, has solid mathematical background. Okay, though you can have a deep learning program in Python written in 5 lines, which is accessible to anyone, even a second year program student who just learn programming can write a deep learning program. But understanding what it does, how it does, requires a PhD level understanding of mathematics. And that is where I will urge all of you to understand what you are doing, what you are using. Okay, so so this is the recent AI, and deep learning successes has given the hope that things would be even more interesting going ahead. Okay, so these are the topics I'll suggest you all students to go through or read. Uh, you should learn about what is search, what is constraint satisfaction, what is game playing, what is logic representation, what is planning, what is probability, decision theory, and reasoning under uncertainty. Okay, so right. So here is some things that AI currently does and does it very well, and it has been used in industry. First is search. So let's see an example of here. So here is an example of a search. You have to arrange these numbers in 1 to 9. This must you must have played during your childhood. So if you can move only up, left, right, down. These are the only four possibilities. When you move that ways, you will get the this the numbers that have been shown below. Okay. Now you have to search through this space. So you are creating a state space. Each diagram is a space, is a state. Now you have to search through the search space and find the shortest distance from the root node to the goal node. In the goal node is that all the numbers 1 to 9, 1 to 8 are in proper order, right? So that is the search. Then there is clustering. Clustering is basically these are all the data points that were given earlier, but now you have found five different clusters. Each cluster has been uh, colored differently. So how do you find these clusters so that all of these people are typically having the same problem? So all people who belong to Nagpur and daily do up down from Nagpur have a typical problem of reaching on time and to here, going back on time, right? So there might be days when there is raining heavily. So this will be a typical problem for the people from Nagpur. So they are all one group. So they have same problems. So how do you find groups so that those are having same characteristics, same parameters, or same problems to solve? Okay. So this can be used in targeted advertisements. So if you are a group, say you are using Amazon and you identify this person is in the age group 50 plus, you show him advertisements related to some medicines, right? Or health boosters. But the young person may not be interested in that, right? So there are different groups, and then there is classification where you basically classify things into different things. So you say that this belongs to this class and this belongs to that class. Okay. So we are seeing this happening already. I have seen machines in Karameshwar where the oranges are put in one side, and on the other side you have good quality, medium quality, and low quality oranges. Right. So good quality oranges go for export, medium quality are for local market, and low quality are for cattle's or making some. They are given to industry and so on. So we see that this classification is already happening, and they are happening in front of us right away. So currently, we are seeing the large language models getting prominence. Okay, with the advent of Chat GPT, okay, this has come to the forefront, and Chat GPT has brought this generative AI into the forefront of humanity. And there are a lot of other companies which have jumped the bandwagon. Google has come up with Bard, and there are many things. If you see the last line, Cloud A, Llama is by Facebook, Bert, Gemini is again by Google. So a lot of such things have come up. But what is generative AI? So generative AI is a simple mechanism where, given the context till now, okay, you predict the next word, and that prediction is based on your own training. So, for example, let's say that the person I point to says one word to complete my sentence, and then we'll point to the next word. We'll just simulate Chat GPT here. I come here to say one word. You. Hmm. Yes, you student. Huh. I come here to measure. Present. Okay. Yes, you. Present me. It's like that. So it goes line by line, word by word. Okay. So you are already trained because you already have read something, you have experienced something, you have talked to something, you are communicating to something. So your brain is already trained. So it's a model. So initially in ChatGPT, you train the model with the entire corpus in the world that you have. Once you have that, it predicts the next word based on the context. Okay, and that is what ChatGPT is. But it is very good in basically making you make believe that it is coming from an expert person. It is already only predicting one word at a time. But the feeling is that it has been so well trained, like what should come is the next word. That probability matrix has been so well trained that you see that the sentences that you get, the code that you get, if you ask to write the code, or if you ask to write a sentence or an essay or plan your trip, you can ask ChatGPT to plan your trip, say to a place you have never visited. Say if you are visiting Kashmir, you plan my trip to Kashmir for 5 days. It will plan you day wise. It will say you're landing on Srinagar this day, then you go to Sonmarg, then and so on, right? So it can do that, and that it does only one word at a time. But it gives a feeling that it has been an expert and it knows knowledge and it is expert on Kashmir tourism and so on. So there are a lot of these. They are making movies, image generation, movies, code generation, voice synthesis. Currently, they are very specialized. So there is generative AI for voice, for code generation, for image generation, and so on. These are the list of them, right? So how does generative AI work? We just saw that. Okay. Uh, so it generates the new data with the similar vibes. Okay, in the sense that whatever it has seen earlier. Okay. So a lot of such applications are there. There is content creation. We are seeing a lot of these flyers. I'll suggest you all to create your next flyers, right? अभी यहाँ पे कौन सा मैंने देखा, विदेशी something is there written there, or some such events you have. So for flyers you can use this. Many of the companies are actually using uh, mid journey or chat gpt image generation for creating their flyers, for creating presentations, okay, for creating very attractive things. Then there is personalized interaction. You are already having personalized interactions with a lot of these personalized attendants like Siri and so on. So they are being trained so that they remember your characteristics, what time you get up, after you get up what you do, and so on, right? There is a lot of fraud detection happening. There is product design optimizations are happening, okay, and so on. So are we there yet? Obviously no. uh, there are a lot of strides because of this mathematical complexity and understanding. A lot of strides have been made in knowledge representation and decision making, but still they are very specific to specific applications. Although they are mind blowing, but they are limited scope. Okay, obviously humanity will try to make it more and more and more, right? So just recently OpenAI released a model called as Sora. I don't know if you have heard that. So Sora makes a movie. Okay. So you can just tell. So the movie that they released was a 1 minute movie where a young woman is walking in Tokyo in a rainy season, and it's a night, and you are having a lot of so it's a marketplace. There are a lot of street signs there, and there is a reflection on the road that is seen. So such description was given, a lot of lengthy description, and it generated 1 minute 30 seconds clip. You can see that, which actually has this entire thing. Okay. So we might see AI generated movies coming up next, in next 2 3 years. We might see an entire movie which is made by just 2 3 people. Okay, and they act as everything. They are doing dialogues, they are doing screenplay, they are doing photography, they are doing everything. Just, and then future 1-2 years down the line, we'll be seeing one person movie, right? A movie completely made 2 hours, 3 hours by one person, single person. So there are a lot of open areas still remain, and there is a lot of research being done, and there are a lot of best minds in the world working there. And because of which, I will urge all of you, if you want to be one of them, then you will have to put in efforts to reach to that level. Okay, right? So the hot topic: what happens to the future of work? And this future is very near future, next 3-5 years. We can't predict beyond that. It's more complicated. So, which are the jobs with high risk of replacements? They are routine jobs like data entry, customer support roles, right? TCS CEO just 2 days back said that all call centers will be gone in next 1 year, right? How many people call centers employ? They employ around 50 lakhs. Okay. So what will these people do? The big question mark, right? So, but then these are routine jobs because the same type of questions are asked by people, right? So those will go away. Then jobs will rise in next Gen AI input applications. If jobs in the field of data science, data scientists, data analyst, AI model developers. So you might be asked to develop a small specialized models for your specific needs. So we are already getting queries from many departments that can you, so it might be your problem also. Can you chat box our HR manual? People come and ask छुट्टियां कितनी हैं, ये छुट्टी ले सकता हूँ क्या, CL हो गई, LTC में क्या rules है, right? Instead of asking a person, keeping 2-3 people engaged in that, you can just ask a chatbot, it will give you answer. कि रायसोनी कॉलेज में ये रूल्स है, ये चलता है नहीं चलता, ये रियम्बर्स होता है नहीं होता, and I just giving an example, right? But this is what many organizations are coming to us saying that we have 1,000 employees, we have HR department of 17-18 people just to answer these queries. Can you reduce that to 5 people? Okay, just train with our HR models and we earlier previous email responses कि ये क्वेश्चन पूछा था, ये आंसर दिया था HR ने. Just train that and give us a model where you can just chat with that model. And when the chat box cannot answer, it will direct to HR. So HR department will still be there, but it will be 1/3, 1/4 of what it earlier was. Okay. So there are a lot of such opportunities coming up. Then there will be a job rise for prompt engineers, for ethical AI, unbiased AIs. So there is a big thing like whether the AI is ethical, whether the AI is biased. Is it biasing people with disabilities or biasing people with? So in US, it is more with people with colored skin and white skin, right? Or so such biases should not be there. Such ethical concerns should not be included, right? So lot of, so there should be some fencing of this AIs. Okay. And then obviously there are other places where you want to jailbreak that, right? So there are always a competition between hackers and protectors, right? In the sense, so all of such jobs will increase in the future. Obviously, security is one of the bigger jobs, bigger things. So what we see here is that this is a picture I have taken from 2016 article in Trends in Ecology and Evolution, and it says that humans already embrace the fusion of biology and technology. Right? How many of you can remain without your cell phones for 1 year, 1 or 2 hours? Not really, right? So so it is fused with you. We are using a lot of technology. Like this is the technology that we are seeing. That is the technology. Right? This would not have been possible. This presentation is seamless and it is visually appealing, audially appealing, and even people are seeing on the internet because a lot of such technology is around. Right? We are embraced that. We can't live without it. We can't give the presentations that people used to give in 1920s, right? When all of this did not exist. So so we spend most of our waking time communicating using digitally mediated channels, and we trust this AI kind of things to take decisions for us, right? So if you search something on Amazon, we trust that the Amazon is showing us the list which is appropriate, the price which is appropriate, and so on, right? So we trust a lot of things. We trust the IRCTC to do our bookings, right? So we have a trust in these systems. We trust the stock market, right? We sometimes trust the news media also. So we have trust in many of these systems, right? And then, so currently what we are seeing is the technology era, and what will be next, AI era. And you see that this timeline is exponentially decreasing. Earlier the amount of time it required was huge. The height gives the amount of time. So coming from a single cellular organism to multicellular to organisms who can live on land, then vertebrates, then from vertebrates to humans, it was a long journey. But then this journey is shrinking. The amount of time it is taking to go from one step to another is shrinking. Okay. And we are seeing the last four revolutions, like industrial revolution, then now industry 4.0 revolution, which is basically the AI based. It is coming very, very fast. So now turnover time is like 5 years, 7 years, and you see that the world simply is very different than what it used to be earlier. And what will be next 5 years, 7 years, we don't know, right? But now AI is democratized. Chat GPT is used by everyone, right? Lot of learning resources, lot of open source tools. There is a lot of data available which is labeled, curated, cleaned. There is lot more memory is available for cheap. 1 terabyte phones are common, more or less. 256 are the common. 256 GB is everyone. So 1 terabyte will become common. Memory is cheap. 1 terabyte may you can store lifetime of your photos, right? So memory is cheap. Google Mail offers 1 terabyte of email, and the tagline says that never delete your email. You will never will be consuming that much amount of emails. Okay. So 1 terabyte is too much memory, and that will be available in every cell phone. Compute power, your phones are more powerful than the Sputnik that went into the skies that time, right? So you see that there's a lot of power in your memory. In memory is abundant, computing power is abundant, tools are there, but then how to use them, how to utilize it, right? That is something that is missing. So this is all I had to say, and I will urge all of you to try to understand this AI world, because if you want to have a sustained job for next few years, then you should understand the maths behind it. You should understand how it works, and so I welcome you all to this new all AI world, and AI is making big strides. So I stop here. Thank you all. Any questions are welcome. Yes.
जैसे आपने एग्जाम्पल बताया कि जितना भी बाकी फील्ड में एआई का जो
प्रभाव पड़ रहा है अभी, तो सर एआई का माइनिंग के फील्ड में क्या दुष्प्रभाव पड़ सकता है?
दुष्प्रभाव क्या?
जी, दुष्प्रभाव।
चलो माइनिंग का बात करता हूं मैं। सो माइनिंग में आपने अभी काफी सारे मूवीज देखे होंगे। अभी एक माइनिंग का मूवी आया था, देखा था क्या? रानीगंज। हाँ, उसके पहले देयर वर मेनी मूवीज लाइक अमिताभ बच्चन की एक मूवी थी शत्रुघ्न सिन्हा, काला पत्थर। बट देन हैव यू गॉन टू एनी माइन नाउ रिसेंटली? माइन ऑपरेशंस हैव टोटली बीन ऑटोमेटेड। अभी माइन में जाने के बाद यू डोंट हैव दैट काइंड ऑफ एनवायरनमेंट जहां पे पसीना है, खोद काम चल रहा है, होता है थोड़ा सा, बट इट इज वेंटिलेटेड, इट इज एसी। यानी आप अंडरग्राउंड माइन में जाओ तो ठंडा ठंडा रहता है, एकदम ठंडा ठंडा, कूल कूल। एंड देयर आर बिग मशीन्स, यू सिट ऑन अ मशीन, यू आर इन ए एसी एनवायरनमेंट, you dig it, there are a lot of connectivity, you have phone lines, you have tracks, there are multiple ways to exit. So रानीगंज कभी होता ही नहीं है अभी लास्ट ने। it's very very rare that an accidents now happen in mines, and very people need to enter a mine because it is lot of automation has happened, and there are automatic belts which take out the material. You don't have to actually carry the material now, it comes on a, and there is a lot of communication infrastructure inside, even including coal mines जहाँ पे चिंगारी भी एक आती है तो आग लग सकती है. So even in coal mines there is communication network, and there are so we work on those things. So in a sense that which are called as intrinsically safe, जिसमें अगर चिंगारी भी निकलती है तो it should not last for more than 0.5 microseconds. So those kind of wireless networks are there. So everything is automated. Tension क्या है? Automation has made good for mining industry.
These are all applicable for the fully mechanized underground mines, but we
Not
have
fully mechanized. ये
Sir-
सावनेर में है, सावनेर की माइन में गए हैं हम लोग अंदर में, सब अच्छा है. CS वाले जो कभी धूप में भी नहीं निकलते, right? We were comfortable. We were comfortable. सावनेर में, मैं दूर नहीं जा रहा, इधर सावनेर की माइन में. सावनेर में कोल माइन है, राइट? आदासा के बीच पहले अंडरग्राउंड कोल माइन.
सर तो फिर भी जो वर्किंग फेस रहता है सर वहाँ का.
And to the manager there was a woman. Okay, so just for the woman folks sitting here, that mine was managed by a woman manager who was inside the mine, and there were 6 employees who were working with machines. It was comfortable. तो अच्छा हुआ है, राइट?
Hello, sir. Sir, it might sound very silly or naive, but I think AI is for helping humans. Hello? Hello? Hello?
हाँ.
Good afternoon, sir. So, I might sound a bit naive and silly, but I think that AI is for helping humans. But at this point, it is threatening our jobs. So, why can't we just stop? I mean, where is the end? Because if it's taking our jobs, so it's very threatening. So as we know that Devin AI came, it's fake, but I think that in coming 1 to 2 years there will be a AI software engineer. So if it's threatening our jobs, then at what point do we stop? And do you think we should stop?
ओके, तो ये एक बाइबल में एक कहानी है, उसका एंड ऐसा होता है कि फर्स्ट they came in for my third neighbor, I did not react. Then they came in for my second neighbor, I did not react. Then they came for my first neighbor, मैंने बोला मुझे क्या, I did not react. then they came for me, and then there was nobody to help me. Okay, so ये automation तो बहुत पहले से हो रहा है. कैलकुलेटर्स आए तब ऐसा लगा कि अकाउंटेंट्स के जॉब जाएंगे. आपने कभी रिएक्ट किया? नहीं. ये जो माइनिंग में ऑटोमेशन हो रहा है, इतने सारे लेबरर्स कम हो रहे हैं. इतने पहले हजारों लेबरर्स लगते थे, अभी 100 लेबरर्स में काम हो जाता है. आपने रिएक्ट किया? नहीं. कोराडी का पावर प्लांट है, 2 पावर प्लांट बगल बगल में, एक में 300 लोग लग रहे हैं, एक में 16 लोग लग रहे हैं. आपने रिएक्ट किया? नहीं. अभी आपके ऊपर आया तो आप क्यों रिएक्ट कर रहे हो?
Sir, I'm
ये तो चलता रहेगा. No, this is a philosophical question, but I am trying to ask you one more thing. The thing is that this world is not constant. It keeps on changing. Okay, and everyone wants quote unquote progress, right? जिस तरह के कॉलेज में हम पढ़े हैं, इवन इट वाज वीआरसी दैट टाइम, गवर्नमेंट कॉलेज, वन ऑफ द बेस्ट कॉलेजेस, इट हैड इवन पुअरर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर देन many of the colleges that we see now. Okay, but then would we like to study there? The answer is no. When I went to IIT Bombay, the hostel that I stayed in was something that I will not like to stay again. Right? The infrastructure was not up to the mark, but we were okay because we were used to that infrastructure. उस समय नहीं लगता था खराब. Right? अभी जो cleanliness है ट्रेन्स में, वो पहले नहीं था. ट्रेन में से घर जाने के बाद पता चलता था कि ट्रेन में आए हो, स्मेल आती थी एक बॉडी को. माय होम टाउन इज इन गोंदिया. वहां पे हम लोग कोयले के इंजन से जाते थे, तो गोंदिया पहुंचते पहुंचते काले हो जाते थे इन 2 hours. वुड यू लाइक टू डू दैट? विल वी लाइक टू डू दैट एनी मोर? नो. डू यू वांट प्रोग्रेस? प्रोग्रेस कम्स विद अ कॉस्ट. इट्स अ क्रिएटिव डिस्ट्रक्शन. आज जो जॉब्स है वो कल नहीं रहेंगे, लेकिन कल दूसरे जॉब्स रहेंगे. राइट? जैसे आज स्टॉक मार्केट में इतने लोग काम कर रहे हैं, इंश्योरेंस में इतने लोग काम कर रहे हैं. हाउ मेनी पीपल यूज्ड टू वर्क 20 years बैक, 30 years बैक? स्टॉक मार्केट 1985 में चालू हुआ, उसके पहले कितने काम करते थे? आज फाइनेंशियल इंडस्ट्री एम्प्लॉयज मोर देन 10% पीपल ऑफ इंडिया. इतना बड़ा इंडस्ट्री है. वो तो मिनिस्कल था 1980s के पहले. It hardly had 0.1%. There were very few banks. Most of the banks were private. Indira Gandhi made them a lot of private banks as public banks. And then Manmohan Singh government made lot of public banks as private banks. HDFC, ICICI were, HDFC is Housing Development Finance Corporation. It was a government entity. ICICI is Industrial Credit something something. Private government entity tha. So you see that changes happen. Was private banks good? Maybe not. Were public banks good? Maybe yes or no. अभी फिर से private कर दिया है. Is it good or bad? We don't know. So the thing is that because at that point of time, the world sees, and the world is a big inertia. 1%, 2%, 5% cannot change it. There are many lobbying groups. There are many interest groups. They keep on putting pressures, because of which the world kind of evolves, right? And so अभी कैसा है कि AI has taken the fancy of lot of big corporations. So Google is pouring money, Facebook is pouring money, Nvidia is pouring money, Apple is pouring money, Microsoft is pouring money. You take any name, big name worth, सब ने 10 बिलियन डाले हैं कम से कम. That's a huge amount of money, right? पाकिस्तान को अभी $1 बिलियन का लोन मिला है कल परसों, वो खुश होकर नाच रहे हैं. $10 बिलियन सोचिए कितना होता है, right? So imagine the amount of money that is being poured. And obviously the best minds will get attracted because you can pay them, you can afford them, and then progress will happen. Whether this progress eventually is good for humanity or not, that only time will tell. Projections in the future we cannot do. Obviously, some people are thinking of future, but then nobody can be perfect. So, and then there are, we can say, a lot of uncertainties because world doesn't move linearly, right? There are many ups and downs, changes happen. Even there might be some natural phenomena. कोविड आके गया बीच में, 2 साल सब दुनिया ठप थी, ऐसे भी हो सकता है. So you never know. So the best thing is that when you know that the traditional programming jobs are not going to be there, why not prepare for AI background? Why not prepare yourself to do a lot of mathematics, lot of statistics? There are tons of good courses available on the net. Why can't you all form a group, a discussion groups, presentations? हर हफ्ते एक presentation रखो एक पेपर का. हर हफ्ते कुछ स्टार्टअप के बारे में बात करो. हफ्ते में एक बंदा बोलेगा. So if there are 60 persons in the class, right? 54 weeks होते हैं. 1 week में एक बच्चा बोलेगा तो साल भर में आपका एक अच्छा प्रिपेयर हो जाता है. साल में एक बार एक बच्चे को एक ही बार बात करनी है. So it happens. You can do that. So there is no point in cribbing. You have to find solutions. आप 18 साल के ऊपर हो सारे, आप बालिग हो, आपको समझदारी है ऐसा सब मानते हैं, तो आप समझदारी का यूज करो, फाइंड आउट करो आपका सोल्यूशन. सर प्लीज.
Why there is a recession in the IT industry? Many of them they think that it is because of the AI, but is it because of the AI the recession?
रिसेशन वैसे नहीं है. If you see the revenues are growing of IT industry. It's the amount of people. So the question is why there is recession in IT industry. There is no recession as per se, but there is cost cutting happening or people getting laid off. There are two reasons. AI is one of the reasons, but it is not that much. The one of the major reasons is that because of COVID, lot of people started working from home or lot of education moved home. So lot of this from home things happened, because of which there was sudden rise in the number of electronics devices being sold, number of services that were required, and so people started hiring to satisfy that demand. Now COVID is gone, people have come back. We don't see that much requirement for online services or online things. And so there was excess hiring earlier. So that is one of the reasons as well. That is actually one of the major reasons that we are seeing people being letting go. Anyone else? Okay. So thank you all. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir. It was quite informative session and good learning experience. Now I request Dr. Arvind Bodhe sir to felicitate Dr. Manish Kurekar sir with memento. I request Samta Ramteke ma'am to take over the mic.
Good afternoon, all. I'm Samta Ramteke, Assistant Professor, Computer Science and Engineering Department from School of Engineering and Technology. Hereby, I take the opportunity for introduce second keynote speaker, Dr. Manoj Kumbalkar, sir. Sir is an Associate Professor and Head Mechanical Engineering Department, JSPM Narhe Technical Campus, Pune. Sir has completed PhD and Bachelor of Technology from Rashtrasanta Tukuroji Maharaj, Nagpur University. Sir has guided several projects like 30 UG, 7 PGs, 2 PhDs, and 10 industry sponsored projects. Now it's time to let the conference move further. Let us move toward plenary session. Now I'd like to invite Dr. Manoj Kumbalkar sir for plenary talk.
Good afternoon. So, do you have a listening ability now? So, are you hungry? But कोई उसमें अभी ऑप्शन नहीं है, मुझे सुनना ही पड़ेगा आपको because I'm invited for the keynote speaker. So, I will take minimum half an hour. Okay. So, for this session, the topic is failure analysis of suspension spring of railway vehicle. Actually, that topic is the length of topic is that much only, failure analysis of railway suspension spring of railway vehicle. But the Bodhe sir tell me that the most of the peoples are from the IT part. So therefore, I just include one more terms, that condition monitoring system to identify the failure using AI. Actually, our students have done the projects this year in the Indian Railways. Our institute have the MOUs with the Indian Railway this year. Total 11 projects our students have completed with the Indian Railways. 6 projects from the mechanical engineering, 4 projects from the electronics, and 1 project from the computer engineering. है ना? So रेलवे थोड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग पार्ट है, थोड़ा आगे देखते हैं, कुछ तस्वीरें दिखेंगी तो अच्छा लगेगा. प्लीज नेक्स्ट. Okay, so first of all, the failure analysis. What it means. How many students are from the mechanical branch here? No one? Okay, no problem. So failure analysis, it means, is the process of collecting and analyzing data. I think the IT people are doing same like this. Right? So the process of collecting and analyzing the data to determine the cause of failure. So the mechanical engineers, the railway engineering is the completely a steel structure where the number of failures are there, and we have approached to the railways to identify that failures. And fortunately, we have they faith with us, and they have given the number of projects to identify the failures. Okay, so how the failure analysis need to be done? That the main part is there. So the next is the Indian locomotive class WAG-9, है ना? रेलवेज देखे हमने, जब प्लेटफॉर्म पे खड़े होते, एक सामने का जब डब्बा आगे निकल जाता है तो हम उसके पीछे वाले डब्बे में बैठ जाते हैं, लेकिन जो हम सामने का डब्बा होता है उसको बोलते हैं इंजन, बराबर ना? अगर हम थोड़ा सा नोटिस करते उसमें तो कुछ नाम लिखा होता है, अजनी, है ना, दैट घोरपड़ी, लालागुड़ा, नंबर ऑफ ऐसे कुछ नाम्स लिखे होते हैं. व्हाट इज दैट? क्या होते हैं वो? एनीवन? चलो एक छोटा सा हिंट दे देते. एसटी बस तो देखा है, एसटी बस में पीछे लिखा होता है चंद्रपुर, नागपुर, है ना? मतलब क्या होता है? इट मीन्स दैट बसेस आर मेंटेन एट दैट वर्कशॉप, है ना? सो लाइक दैट द रेलवेज, दैट इंजन, फर्स्ट इंजन हम कुछ इसको इंजन बोलते हैं, दैट इंजन इज मेंटेन एट दैट लोको शेड, उसको हम लोकोमोटिव बोलते हैं, लोकोमोटिव शेड. वहां पे वो मेंटेन किए जाते हैं, उसका मेंटेनेंस होता है, वहां पे बनाया नहीं जाता, वहां पे मेंटेनेंस होता है ना। और मेंटेनेंस वालों को सारी चीजें देखना पड़ता है, क्योंकि रेलवे इतना बड़ा नेटवर्क हो चुका है अभी इंडिया में कि एक इंजन को कम से कम 3 महीने में रिटर्न आना होता है फॉर द स्मॉल मेंटेनेंस, कम से कम 6 महीने में रिटर्न आना होता है फॉर द मीडियम मेंटेनेंस, और कम से कम 3 साल में रिटर्न आना होता है फॉर द कंप्लीट सर्विसिंग। हम गाड़ी की सर्विसिंग की बात करते हैं ना, सो वैसे सर्विसिंग के लिए उसको रिटर्न आना होता है। लेकिन अगर एक गाड़ी 1 महीने में रिटर्न आ जाए तो लोको शेड तो मर जाएगा, है ना। तो यही केस हुआ इसके साथ। तो हमने जो एनालिसिस किया है, एक वैग 9 नाम का इंजन है, वैग WAG, इट्स अ वाइडर गेज अल्टरनेट करंट गुड्स कैरी इंजन। अगर थोड़ा सा हम चीजों को देख लेते हैं, हम बोलते थे ना छोटी लाइन बड़ी लाइन, है ना। सो छोटी लाइन बड़ी लाइन मतलब क्या, देयर आर 3 टाइप्स ऑफ गेजेस, ब्रॉड गेज, नैरो गेज एंड मीटर गेज। ये 3 टाइप के गेजेस थे, अभी सिर्फ ब्रॉड गेज रह गया। नैरो गेज ऊटी में देखने को मिलेगा हमें, और कहीं नहीं मिलेगा। सो दिस 3 टाइप ऑफ गेजेस आर अवेलेबल इन द इंडियन रेलवेज। और अभी जो फास्टेस्ट ट्रेन की बात चलती है ना, तो अभी तक हमें सिर्फ इतना ही पता था कि फास्टेस्ट ट्रेन इंडिया में सिर्फ राजधानी एक्सप्रेस है। तो ये जो डिब्बा है ना, ये राजधानी का है। ओके, इट्स अ वैग 9 इंजन, एक्चुअली इट्स अ गुड्स कैरी इंजन। ये गुड्स कैरी करता है, और जो पैसेंजर कैरी करता है उसको हम बोलते हैं वैप, वाइडर गेज अल्टरनेट करंट पैसेंजर कैरी इंजन। चलो हम अभी ईवीज की बात कर रहे थे, सर ने भी कुछ ईवीज के बारे में बताया था। सो व्हाई दिस ईवी इज इन एक्सिस्टेंस राइट नाउ, दैट ईवी in India it's in the booming stage right now. Why the EV is in existence? क्यों ये कंपनीज ने इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल क्यों निकाले, क्या जरूरत थी? एनीवन? क्योंकि ये तो कोई मैकेनिकल का क्वेश्चन नहीं है ना, ये आईटी वाले भी दे सकते हैं, माइनिंग वाले भी दे सकते हैं। Why this EV is in existence? कंपनीज को अच्छा लगा कि नई गाड़ियां निकाली जाए, यूरोपियन कंट्रीज में इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल चल रही, इसलिए हम भी निकाल के देखते हैं कैसा लगेगा। इज दिस सो? यस, पॉल्यूशन कंट्रोल एंड नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज। फिर भी क्यों? मैं एक कंपनी का ओनर हूं, टाटा कंपनी मान के चलती कि मेरी है ना, मान के चलो यार, क्या दिक्कत है, अच्छा लगता है थोड़ा सा। सो क्यों मैं फिर भी पॉल्यूशन कंट्रोल मेरे दिमाग में क्यों आया? जब तक किसी चीज का रेस्ट्रिक्शन ना डाला जाए ना, कोई काम नहीं करता। मेरे दिमाग में तो बहुत कुछ आएगा, लेकिन पैसा डालना है उसमें, क्यों खर्चा करूं मैं? सो गवर्नमेंट ने कुछ नॉर्म्स बनाए ना, हम बोलते हैं BS1, BS2, BS3, BS4 एंड BS6। BS5 लॉन्च नहीं हुआ, BS4 के बाद डायरेक्टली BS6। क्या बोलते हैं? इन्होंने एक रेस्ट्रिक्शन डाला हुआ है, इसलिए भारत स्टेज 4, उसके बाद भारत स्टेज 6 लॉन्च हुआ, और 6 के बाद किसी ने 7 के बारे में सोचा भी नहीं और इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल आ गया। तो इसमें एक रेस्ट्रिक्शन डाला गया था कार्बन एमिशन का, जो कि यूरोपियन कंट्रीज में ऑलरेडी हो चुका है, इसलिए उन्होंने इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स निकाले। कार्बन एमिशन शुड नॉट बी ग्रेटर देन सम वैल्यूज, जो भी उन्होंने बोला गया है, इससे ज्यादा आपका व्हीकल कार्बन एमिशन करना नहीं चाहिए। ये यूरोपियन कंट्रीज ने तभी बोला था, और वो जो कंपनीज है ना जो व्हीकल्स तैयार करती है, उनको पता है इससे ज्यादा हम जो भी हमारा एमिशन कंट्रोल डिवाइस है वो कंट्रोल नहीं कर पाएगा। वो इतना तो कार्बन एमिशन करना ही है उसको। दैट्स व्हाई EV इज इन एग्जिस्टेंस। किसी के दिमाग में नहीं आया कि चल बाबा अच्छा इंटरेस्टिंग है इसलिए EV निकालते हैं। सो दैट बिकॉज ऑफ दैट रेस्ट्रिक्शन दैट EV इज इन एग्जिस्टेंस राइट नाउ। ओके, तो चलो हम अभी हम EVs की बात कर रहे थे, इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल अब भी हमारे पास आए हैं। तो इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल पहले भी थे क्या? मैं तो बोलता हूं कि 1925 में इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल आया था। हम ये चीज नोटिस ही नहीं करते, हम इसको इंजन बोलते हैं। रेलवेज हमारा कंप्लीटली इलेक्ट्रिक है ना। डीजल इंजन अभी मोस्ट ऑफ द ऑब्सोल्यूट हो चुका है। इलेक्ट्रिक इंजन रेलवेज में लॉन्च हुआ था 1925 में, फ्रॉम मुंबई टू दैट थाने। आप नोटिस करते हो कभी, अगर आप रेलवे स्टेशन पे जाओगे that the engine, first engine have the total 6 axles. बाकी के जो बोगीज होते हैं आपके उसमें टोटल 4 एक्सेल्स होते हैं, बट द इंजन हैविंग 6 एक्सेल. व्हाई? बिकॉज कर्वेचर पे जब ट्रेन curvature part that can slide, that middle axle only can slide, and due to which that complete train will get turned. Okay, so that's why the engines have 6 axles, and we worked on the suspension spring. हर बोगीज में 2 टाइप्स के सस्पेंशन होते हैं, प्राइमरी सस्पेंशन एंड सेकेंडरी सस्पेंशन. ओके, सो इसमें मेंटेनेंस की बात आती है. अगर कोई सस्पेंशन स्प्रिंग फेल हो जाता है तो करना पड़ेगा. मान के चलते आपके पास एक व्हीकल है, 4 व्हीलर है ना, और उसके एक सस्पेंशन के या फिर कोई भी एक पार्ट फेल हो जाएगा और उस सर्विसिंग वाला बोलेगा देयर इज नो ऑप्शन, नीड टू बी रिप्लेस, इसको रिप्लेस ही करना है. तो उससे लॉसेस क्या है? वो गाड़ी 1 महीना खड़ी रहेगी, वो पूरी खोली जाएगी, वो एक पार्ट डाला जाएगा, फिर उसको असेंबल किया जाएगा. सो दैट थिंग्स इज हैपनिंग विद द अजनी लोको शेड. दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ अजनी लोको शेड. एक्चुअली ये प्रॉब्लम हमने मिला था 2012 में. ओके, और उसी टाइम पे हमने एक स्मॉल मॉडिफिकेशन करके उनको दिया था, एंड देयर आफ्टर द 50% फेलियर्स आर गेट रिड्यूस्ड. और हमने बोला था हम इसके बाद भी उसके ऊपर काम करेंगे. वो बोले कि जरूरत नहीं, हमारा काम हो गया. लेकिन हमने बोला कि नहीं, 100% कम होने चाहिए, इसलिए हमने वो काम शुरू रखा. सो हाउ दैट फेलियर्स आर गेट रिड्यूस्ड, इट इज इन द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड्स. These are the 2 types of suspension. That primary suspension is in between the axle and the frame. उसका स्ट्रक्चर ऐसा होता है कि व्हील, फ्रेम, देन फिर से सस्पेंशन, और उसके बाद पूरा डिब्बा. मतलब अगर ये नीचे वाला ये जो है ना, ये अगर स्प्रिंग फेल हो जाता है तो पहले पूरा बोगी उठाना पड़ेगा. गॉट इट? उसके बाद ये फ्रेम निकालना पड़ेगा, उसके बाद वो सस्पेंशन निकाल के उसमें दूसरा डाल के फिर से बोगी असेंबल करना पड़ेगा. सो इट्स अ वेरी टीडियस जॉब. ओके, एंड फॉर दैट रीजन अगर एक रेलवे का जो सस्पेंशन है, इफ इट इज फेल्ड, अगर वो अजनी से निकला है, इफ इट इज फेल्ड इन द तमिलनाडु, सो हाउ टू जस्ट मेंटेन दिस वन? उसका मेंटेनेंस कैसे होगा? तो उसको बुलाया जाएगा इधर. और राइट नाउ द ट्रैफिक्स इन द इंडियन ट्रैक्स इतना बढ़ चुका है कि एक बोगी को बुलाना पड़ता है कि तेरा मेंटेनेंस का टाइम आगे आ जा. Okay, so that thing is happening now. This is the primary suspension spring. उसमें भी inner suspension जो अंदर का, it's a concentric springs, जो अंदर का springs है वो फेल होता था. So जो हम बोल रहे थे ना कि middle axle, end axles जो है वहां पे एक डैम्पर लगा होता है, और middle axles में एक सिर्फ लिंक दिया हुआ है, because that axle gets slides only. Okay, so these are the technical specification. प्रॉब्लम ऐसा आइडेंटिफाई किया था, जैसे हमने आपको बोला था कि there are 3 types of maintenance, and within the before the maintenance schedule it's 45 days, 90 days and 18 months. So before that maintenance schedule, that bogie, or we can say the engine, is coming to the maintenance because of the spring failure. So this is the structure. So we have started the analysis over the springs. First of all, just analyzing by using the static analysis. Sorry, just a minute. Okay, so these springs, the height of the springs are different, the free length. In the middle axle spring, the height of the spring is 20 mm greater than the end axle springs. So अगर हम एक बोगी को असेंबल करते हैं तो एक स्प्रिंग किस तरीके से डिफॉर्म होके ब्रेक हो सकता है, वो हमने थोड़ा सा एक चेक किया था. जस्ट चेक. पहले मिडल एक्सेल पे लोड आया, फिर इनर पे आया, और फिर जाके एंड एक्सेल पे अगर लोड आता है तो जो मिडल एक्सेल का स्प्रिंग है वो प्री स्ट्रेस होके इट में ब्रेक. ऐसा हमने पहले थोड़ा सा उनको नोटिस किया था, लेकिन उसके बाद हमने उसके ऊपर एनालिसिस करना शुरू किया. तो फेलियर एनालिसिस का फंडा यह है कि अगर आप कोई भी एनालिसिस स्टार्ट करते हैं, सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल स्टार्ट विद द मटेरियल इन्वेस्टिगेशन, क्योंकि वो पहला पॉइंट है ना. अगर मटेरियल ही गलत होगा, so why should go for the design and analysis? So first of all, we started with the material analysis, and in the material analysis, the chemical composition जो हमने निकाले हैं for the 5 types of vehicles, it is under the limit. जो material used होता था chromium vanadium, है ना. So that chromium vanadium का जो chemical composition है, this one, these all are under the limit, and hence it is conclude that the spring is not failed because of the material problem. So therefore, then again check with the stiffness of the spring using this deformation machine. We check the deformation with respect to the load and finding out the actual stiffness, so average stiffness. So the stiffness of these springs are this one, and this is the close agreement with that average stiffness value experimentally finding out. So it is also as per the requirement. So thereafter we proceed towards the design part, because it is not failed because of the stiffness value, or we can say the material problem. So therefore we started with the design. So first of all, in the static analysis, analytically and a finite element analysis, right now that AI is again included in the finite element analysis. क्या होता है ये finite, किसी को पता है? ये एक ऐसा सॉफ्टवेयर है या एक मेथोडोलॉजी है, एक finite element analysis, or we can say the finite element method is the methodology जिसमें किसी भी कंपोनेंट का एनालिसिस किया जाता है. और एक अगर सॉफ्टवेयर का नाम किसी को पता होगा, दैट ANSYS है ना, सभी अवेयर है मोस्टली इससे. दैट ANSYS इज मोस्टली यूज फॉर द एकेडमिया, जो हम लोग यूज करते हैं, और उसमें भी अभी AI चीज इंक्लूड किया गया है. अभी तक मैंने वो चीज ट्राई नहीं किया, बट इट मे पॉसिबल दैट कि वो AI जो चीजें हमें उसमें जो भी प्री रिक्विजिट देना होता है, आई थिंक सो वो जस्ट कुछ वैल्यूज देने के बाद डायरेक्टली वो AI के जरिए हमें स्ट्रेस की वैल्यू दे देगा. सो वो हम ट्राई कर रहे हैं अभी, क्योंकि वो आ चुका है उसमें. जो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस जो सर ने बोला था, इट इज नाउ एवरीवेयर. और आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस टेक्निक भले ही कंप्यूटर इंजीनियर्स ने लाई होगी, लेकिन वो अप्लाई तो हर एप्लीकेशन में होनी है. सो दैट्स व्हाई द AI इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर्स ऑल्सो. डिजाइन ऑफ सस्पेंशन स्प्रिंग, इसमें हमने स्टैटिक एनालिसिस में 3 केसेस कंसिडर किए. That first case is if the rail vehicle is moving on the straight track, curved track, and tractive effort. Okay, so on the straight track, if we have calculated the stresses, and it is observed that the stress value is well within the yield strength of the chromium vanadium material. मतलब static analysis में भी उसका stress value उससे आगे नहीं बढ़ रहा था. It means it is safe in the static condition. Thereafter curvature है ना, एक और पॉइंट थोड़ा सा नोट करने लायक. गाड़ी टर्न होती है, पिछले डब्बे में बैठे होते हैं, आगे का इंजन हमें दिखता है. तो एक चीज थोड़ा सा हमें अगर याद रह जाए, तो अगर देखिए ब्रॉड गेज 175 to 1750, what is this? This is the curve, the standard curve radius in the Indian Railways. Indian Railways में minimum curvature of radius होता है 175 मीटर and maximum is 1750. ये स्टैंडर्ड है, ये चेंज नहीं होगा. ब्रॉड गेज का डिस्टेंस 1750 mm, सॉरी 1678 mm, ये भी चेंज नहीं होगा, वो डिस्टेंस कांस्टेंट है ना. So by using the some formulas, we have finding out the safe speed first of all. मतलब अगर कर्व रेडियस, ये देखिए 1750, 875, ये कर्वेचर रेडियस स्टैंडर्ड है. इतने ही कर्वेचर रेडियस हमें कंप्लीट रेलवेज में देखने को मिलेंगे. मतलब जहां भी कर्वेचर की बात आएगी, इसी डिस्टेंसेस के कर्वेचर मिलेंगे. उसके ऊपर सेफ स्पीड निकालिए कि ये जो 1750 के ऊपर इतने स्पीड से चलनी चाहिए, या एंड लास्ट 175 मीटर के ऊपर 45 किलोमीटर पर आवर से ट्रेन मूव होगी. ओके, and based on the mathematical equation, we are again finding out the stresses on the curved track, and it has been observed that here the stresses are again well below the ultimate strength, or we can say the yield strength of the chromium vanadium material, which is 870 Newton per mm square. तो वो भी कर्वेचर पे अगर हम स्टैटिक एनालिसिस करते हैं, तो वहां पे भी उसका स्ट्रेस की वैल्यू कम आई थी, मतलब वहां पे भी वो फेल नहीं हो रहा था. नेक्स्ट, अगर हम चलते ट्रैक्टिव एफर्ट, है ना, माइनिंग्स में बहुत सारी जो बोगीज, ये वैगनाइन आता होगा आपके यहाँ पे अगर किसी कोल माइंस में चले गए तो, है ना. सो कुछ कितना वो पुल कर सकेगा, इसका एक लिमिट होता है. ये ग्राफ बोलता है वो चीज। ट्रैक्टिव एंड ब्रेकिंग एफर्ट, मतलब गाड़ी कितना सामान पुल कर सकती है और उसका ब्रेकिंग एफर्ट कितना है। सो 460 किलो न्यूटन इज द this one 460 किलोमीटर इज द स्टार्टिंग ट्रैक्टिव एफर्ट ऑफ द वैगन इंजन। लेकिन हम इंडियन लोग हैं यार, थोड़ा सा सामान रह गया, एक डब्बा लगा दो उसको पीछे से। सो बिकॉज ऑफ दैट ऑल्सो द फेलियर्स विल ऑकर, क्योंकि उसकी कैपेसिटी नहीं है उतनी, और जो डब्बा अटैच करते हैं उसको पता नहीं होता है कि ये अटैच करने से इतने प्रॉब्लम्स हो सकते हैं। सो दैट्स व्हाई the failures may also occur, and with this values we have started again the analysis over the tractive effort and check the stresses over the due to the tractive effort, and it has been observed that जो डैम्पर था ना बीच में जो मिडल एक्सेल पे अटैच किया था उसका एडिशनल डिफॉर्मेशन हो रहा था, वो हमने नोट किया। बिकॉज ऑफ दैट डिफॉर्मेशन ये जो डिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ स्प्रिंग है ना वो 25 mm से एक्स्ट्रा हो रहा था। सो जो डिफॉर्मेशन 25 mm से एक्स्ट्रा हो रहा था, बिकॉज ऑफ दैट ऑल्सो जो स्ट्रेस वैल्यू है वो 70579 तक आई है। जस्ट यील्ड स्ट्रेंथ के थोड़ा पास पहुंच चुकी है, लेकिन दैट इज नॉट फेल्ड बिकॉज इट इज अगेन अंडर द लिमिट। इट मीन्स व्हाट, if by considering the tractive effort of 460 kilonewton, again that spring will not fail. So from that complete analysis of the analytical calculation at static condition, that spring is not fail at the rail vehicle moving on straight track, curved track, and also on the tractive effort. Okay, so we have again tried with the same concept with the using the finite element analysis. एक finite element analysis का सॉफ्टवेयर होता है, जैसे आपके जो भी C++, जावा, ओरेकल आपके जो भी सॉफ्टवेयर्स है, वैसे मैकेनिकल में जो भी आप लोगों ने इन्वेंट करके हमको दिए है ना। सो कुछ सॉफ्टवेयर्स है जो हमें एनालिसिस करके देते हैं किसी भी मैकेनिकल कंपोनेंट को। सो हमने स्प्रिंग्स का एनालिसिस करना शुरू किया, जिसमें फाइनाइट एलिमेंट एनालिसिस, वर्ड इज फाइनाइट एलिमेंट, जो आपको ग्रिड स्ट्रक्चर दिख रहा है ना, दैट इज नथिंग बट द सिंगल पार्ट इज द एलिमेंट। तो the body is divided into the number of parts, and we can finding out the stresses over the springs. So this is the contour plot. इस तरीके के results मिलते हैं हमें सॉफ्टवेयर्स में। सो उसका अगर हम चेक किए, हमने कंपेयर किए रिजल्ट्स, एंड द रिजल्ट्स आर अगेन वेल बिलो द यील्ड स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द मटेरियल। Okay, so at the static condition we conclude that the spring is not filled at the static condition for all the cases using analytical as well as using the finite element analysis. So therefore then we move towards the dynamic analysis and fatigue analysis. तो डायनामिक एनालिसिस में बहुत बड़ा एक मतलब जो एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन हमें करना था इन द रेलवेज, आप ट्रैक को छू भी नहीं सकते। अगर किसी ने आपको देख लिया कि आप ट्रैक को कुछ डिवाइस अटैच कर रहे हो तो उसी टाइम पे आपको पकड़ लेंगे, जेल में डाल देंगे। द ईच एंड एवरी डेटा ऑफ द इंडियन रेलवेज इज वेरी वेरी कॉन्फिडेंशियल। मतलब हमने पेपर भी पब्लिश किए ना इसके ऊपर, तो वो बंदे का आपका कोई नाम बता दो, वो उसका डाल देंगे, फिर पब्लिश करेंगे, बाबा ऐसा नहीं करेंगे। सो ईच एंड एवरी डेटा ऑफ द इंडियन रेलवेज इज कॉन्फिडेंशियल। ट्रैक के ऊपर हमें एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन करना था, इवन ऑन द सस्पेंशन स्प्रिंग्स ऑल्सो। तो हमें परमिशन लेने के लिए कम से कम 6, 7, 8, 10 महीने लग गए, और हमने फिर एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन स्टार्ट किया। पहले हमने एक स्प्रिंग मास डैम्पर सिस्टम तैयार किया फॉर 2 डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम सिस्टम। विद द हेल्प ऑफ दैट वी आर फाइंडिंग आउट द नेचुरल फ्रीक्वेंसीज ओमेगा n1 एंड ओमेगा n2। ओके, आई थिंक वो आपको उतना ये नहीं होगा। सो जस्ट शो द फाइनाइट एलिमेंट एनालिसिस रिजल्ट। हमने फिर उसका 2 डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम सिस्टम का फाइनाइट एलिमेंट एनालिसिस में मॉडल तैयार किया, and we are finding out the natural frequencies and compared with the analytical one. Okay, that matches with the analytical and the natural frequency using FEA. We have taken the mean value and again compared with the MATLAB also. हमने MATLAB में भी वो चीज मॉडल तैयार किया उसका, और उसके साथ भी कंपेयर किया। So these are the results of the vibration analysis. क्या किया गया, एक डिवाइस हमने एक ट्रैक पे अटैच किया. ओके, ट्रैक पे अटैच किया मतलब कहाँ पे, अगर क्रॉसिंग जहाँ पे होती ना, जहाँ पे रेलवे क्रॉसिंग्स होती है, तो अगर आप नोटिस करते हो वहां पे, तो वहां पे चीज फ्लैट की गई होती है, आपको ट्रैक का सिर्फ ऊपर का हिस्सा दिखाई देता है. एंड एट द रिमेनिंग स्टेज कंप्लीट ट्रैक्स जो भी आई सेक्शन है उसका, वो हमें दिखता है. हमने वहां पे जब डिवाइस अटैच किया और जस्ट थोड़े से डिस्टेंस पे खड़े रहे, क्योंकि हम तो ट्रेन जब आती है दूर दूर हो जाते हैं ना, सो हम थोड़े से डिस्टेंस पे खड़े थे, तो हमें पता चला कि जो जो ट्रैक होता है उसके ऊपर से जब ट्रेन जा रही है, इट विल गेट डिफ्लेक्ट्स लाइक दिस, है ना. सो इट्स अ फ्लेक्सिबल स्ट्रक्चर, इट इज नॉट अ रिजिड स्ट्रक्चर. जो भी ट्रैक्स होती है ना, आपने देखा होगा कुछ गिट्टियां होती है उसके ऊपर ट्रैक रखा होता है, इट्स नॉट अ रिजिड स्ट्रक्चर, इट्स अ फ्लेक्सिबल. ओके, एंड दैट शुड बी फ्लेक्सिबल, बिकॉज अगर रिजिड होता है सो ईच एंड एवरी कंपाउंड, क्योंकि उसमें इतना वाइब्रेशंस होता है और कहीं पे भी वाइब्रेशंस हो तो दैट शुड बी रिजिड. उसका एक एग्जांपल बोलो, अगर आपका यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा ओपन एरिया है, कभी हवाई चलती है ना, बहुत सारी हवा चलती है, तो ये दरवाजे एक दूसरे को पटकना शुरू हो जाते हैं, तो हम यहाँ बैठते हैं ना, तो दूसरे रूम में भी वाइब्रेशंस आता है. व्हाई? बिकॉज दिस कॉन्क्रीट इज द रिजिड स्ट्रक्चर. ये जो कॉन्क्रीट है वो ब्रिटल है, ये रिजिड है, दैट्स वाई यहाँ इसका वाइब्रेशन वहां पे भी आ जाता है. इसीलिए सिविल इंजीनियर्स ने आज अभी ब्रिजेस भी फ्लेक्सिबल बनाना शुरू कर दिए, उसमें सस्पेंशन डालने शुरू कर दिए. दैट शुड नॉट बी रिजिड. जितना रिजिड स्ट्रक्चर रहेगा उतने ज्यादा वाइब्रेशंस आएंगे. सो वी हैव चेक द वाइब्रेशंस एंड फाइंडिंग आउट द frequencies, that oscillating frequencies, and we have observed that the frequency matches with the natural frequencies at some places. और जब भी नेचुरल फ्रीक्वेंसी के साथ मैच होता है, द रेजोनेंस विल क्रिएट एंड द कंपोनेंट में गेट फेल्ड. ओके, सो वो चीज हुआ है यहाँ पे, और इसलिए हमने वो चीज नोटिस किया और उसके ऊपर कंक्लूजन निकला कि इट इज फेल्ड ड्यू टू द वाइब्रेशन, ड्यू टू द इन द डायनामिक कंडीशन ओनली. तो वो डायनामिक कंडीशन का रेफरेंस लेके हमने नेक्स्ट वी हैव डन दी फटीग एनालिसिस. फटीग एनालिसिस कंसेप्ट होता है मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग में. सो वी हैव स्टार्टेड डूइंग द फटीग एनालिसिस एंड चेक द डिफॉर्मेशन ऑफ द मिडल एक्सल. जो डैम्पर वहां पे अटैच था उसका हमने डिफॉर्मेशन चेक किया, एंड विद दैट कंसेप्ट वी हैव डन दी वी आर फाइंडिंग आउट द लाइफ ऑफ द spring. Okay, this is the SN curve which is plotted in the finite element analysis software, and finding out the life of the spring. और उसका जो हमें structure मिला, that is exactly matches with the failed specimen. जो specimen failed होता था उसके साथ हमने compare किया, and it has been observed that जो उसका क्रैक इनिशिएशन एंड प्रोपोगेशन हो रहा था, दैट इज ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ दिस, एंड द लाइफ ऑफ स्प्रिंग इज 1.89 into 10 to the power 4, which is finite life. Okay, so with this analysis we conclude that it has been failed because of the fatigue analysis, और उसकी वजह से उसका लाइफ कम हो रहा है. अब वो लाइफ बढ़ाना तो पड़ेगा नहीं, ये तो सब कुछ फेलियर एनालिसिस कर लिया, अब पता चल गया कि इसकी वजह से फेल हो रहा है ना. अब रेमेडीज देना है उसके ऊपर कि फेल नहीं होना चाहिए. तो सबसे पहले कोई भी अगर किसी भी इंडस्ट्रीज के पास अब चले जाओ, अगर उनके पास कोई कंपोनेंट अगर फेल होना है, हमारा एज अ स्टूडेंट हम बोलेंगे यार फेल हो रहा है ना, तो ये निकाल वो लगा दे दूसरा, या फिर इसका मटेरियल चेंज कर दो. जनरल हम इस तरीके का आंसर दे देते हैं. वो आंसर्स कंपनीज को एक्सपेक्टेड नहीं होता है, बिकॉज चेंज करना वो उसको भी पता है और वो कॉस्ट मैटर करता है. सो दे रिक्वायर्ड अ स्मॉल, जो माइन्यूट रिकमेंडेशन होते हैं वो उस टाइप के रिकमेंडेशन उनको चाहिए होते हैं. तो हमने फिर से डिजाइन करना स्टार्ट किया. रिजल्ट एनालिसिस में रिजल्ट एंड डिस्कशन हमने मॉडिफिकेशन करना शुरू किया. मॉडिफिकेशन में हमने बोला है उनको कि एक अगर हम एंड एक्सेल की हाइट थोड़ी बढ़ा देते हैं, तो जो बीच वाला जो है ना, जो प्री स्ट्रेस्ड हो रहा है, वो थोड़ा सा प्री स्ट्रेसिंग कम हो जाएगा. जो एंड एक्सेल है उसको थोड़ा सा उठा दो, 5-6 mm से उठा दो. कितना उठाना है उसका कैलकुलेशन किया. ये जो ग्राफ जनरेट हुआ है उससे हमने बोला उनको कि उसको 6 mm आप उठा दो, क्योंकि यहाँ पे स्ट्रेस काउंटरफिटिंग हो रहा है. तो उन्होंने बोला कि हमारे पास 6 mm का शीट अवेलेबल नहीं है, हमारे पास 5 mm का है. तो बोला चलो जो होगा वो तो डाल दो. सो 5 mm का शीट उन्होंने डाला, एंड दी यार सबसे मेन चीज इम्प्लीमेंट करना रेलवेज में, वो भी लोको शेड ने वो नहीं करते, वो बोलते ये आरडीओ का काम है, हमारा नहीं है, वी कैन नॉट टेक अ रिस्क, क्योंकि रेलवेज में कोई भी चीज फेल होना इट्स अ बिग रिस्क, क्योंकि उसके वजह से डिरेलमेंट हो सकता है। अगर एक गाड़ी डिरेल होती है, एक इंजीनियर गया। ओके, सो ये शिम इंप्लीमेंट करना, तो बोले कि चलो एक इंजन में ट्राई करते हैं। सो उन्होंने वो चीज इंप्लीमेंट किया और वो इंजन चलता गया, वापस ही नहीं आया, क्योंकि उसका स्प्रिंग फेल हुआ ही नहीं। सो दैट्स द फर्स्ट अचीवमेंट फॉर अस, कि वो हमने जो आइडिया दिया उनको, वो फेल नहीं हुआ। उन्होंने फिर सारे जो भी उनके अजनी लोको शेड में जो भी इंजिन्स थे वहां पे इंप्लीमेंट करना शुरू किया, और ये इतना एनालिसिस हुआ कि दे स्प्रिंग्स जो भी इनका फेलियर काउंट था वो बहुत रिड्यूस हुआ है, 100% कम नहीं हुआ है, बट रिड्यूस हुआ है। सो दैट and thereafter we have again started the long term suggestion. ये short term suggestion था, short term suggestion की वजह से उनके 50% failures कम हो गए थे। so long term suggestions के लिए हमने फिर से analysis करना शुरू किया, और with the help of that fatigue analysis हमने जो diameters के ऊपर काम किया, जो suspension spring, जो सस्पेंशन स्प्रिंग्स था हमने डिजाइन मॉडिफाई किया, डायमेंशंस कम ज्यादा करके देखे। सो उसका जो भी ये जो एंड एक्सल सॉरी ये एक्सल बॉक्स है, इसमें कितने कॉइल डायमेंशन डाल सकते उतना लिमिटेशंस है, तो वो हमने डायमेंशंस उसको मॉडिफाई करने के लिए बोला गया। and with that analysis it has been observed that the fatigue life of the springs are increasing. okay, मतलब पहला सजेशन शॉर्ट टर्म सजेशन जस्ट इंक्रीज द हाइट, सेकंड लॉन्ग टर्म सजेशन टू चेंज द डायमीटर, एंड आल्सो द थर्ड सजेशन include the increase the damping coefficient of the damping. okay, so diameter और damping coefficient वो हमने increase करने को बोला। so that is all related to the mechanical engineering. what about the computers, बोर हो रहे सब है ना, सब मैकेनिकल की बात कर रहे हैं, हमें तो हमारे कुछ पल्ले नहीं पड़ रही है, चलो इसलिए थोड़ा सा फास्ट में लिया उसको। सो व्हाट अबाउट द कंप्यूटर इंजीनियरिंग, इसमें कंप्यूटर इंजीनियर्स क्या कर सकते हैं, है ना। सो हेल्थ मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम, कंडीशन मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम, आई थिंक इट इज फ्रेंडली वर्ड्स टू यू। क्या होता है इसमें, क्या करता है ये चीज, एनीवन? इट्स मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम ना, ये रेलवेज में है, लेकिन जो अभी सर बोल के गए ना कुरेकर सर, एआई आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, आई थिंक वो भी रिक्वायरमेंट है। अभी उनके पास एक ऐसा इक्विपमेंट है, उन्होंने ट्रैक पे लगा दिया है, जहां पे उनको मॉनिटरिंग करना है ना वो ट्रैक पे लगा दिया है, और वो अगर ट्रेन वहां से पास होती है तो अभी सिर्फ व्हील का मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम उनके पास है। जो व्हील्स है ना वो फेल होते हैं, मतलब क्रैक्स जनरेट होते हैं उसके ऊपर, या फिर रस्ट आता है, या फिर कभी कभार उसको फेल हो जाता है वो। सो व्हील मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम उनके पास है, कंडीशन मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम। तो वो क्या करता है, वो जो इक्विपमेंट है उनके पास अभी जो ट्रैक्स पे लगा हुआ है, दैट कैप्चर्स दी फेल्यूर्स ऑफ द व्हील, वो कैप्चर करता है कहाँ पे फेल हो रहा है करके। लेकिन कहाँ पे जो ट्रैक से ट्रेन अगर पास होती है, जितना व्हील का पोर्शन उसके सामने है वो उतना वो कैप्चर करेगा। व्हाट वी हैव डन दिस ईयर, okay, the mechanical guys, okay, not computer, the mechanical guys try to prepare the code in the python. उन्होंने एक पाइथन में कोड जनरेट किया, दैट कंडीशन मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम। अब उसके लिए कुछ इनपुट डेटा तो लगेगा ना, सो हमारे पास परमिशन था दी डीजल लोको शेड घोरपड़ी पुणे, okay, so our students approach to the loco sheds, they have visited the loco sheds, they have captured the 1000 number of photos of the failed springs, failed wheel, sorry, we have done the condition monitoring system on the wheel, not on the springs, but that can be done on the springs as well as on the another components. So more than 1000 pics हमने लिए, okay, क्यों लिए pics? So sorry, ये आपको शायद से पता होगा, मुझसे ज्यादा आपको पता है। that image processing, है ना? एक is this a dog? Image classification. अगर दो डॉग्स एक साथ में आ गए हैं, सो ऑब्जेक्ट डिटेक्शन, वो कौन सा ऑब्जेक्ट डिटेक्ट कर रहा है? इट्स अ इमेज सेगमेंटेशन. मतलब अगर कोई इमेज आपने लाइब्रेरी में देके रखा है और वहां पे आपने दूसरा इमेज इंपोर्ट किया, तो वो लाइब्रेरी में से वो इमेज क्लासिफाई हो जाना चाहिए एंड वो आइडेंटिफाई करना चाहिए कि यस इट इज फ्रॉम दैट लाइब्रेरी. गॉट इट? सो वही चीज, दैट इज नथिंग बट द वियरेबल हेल्थ मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम. सो व्हाट कैन वी डन? द डेटा कलेक्शन फर्स्ट, 1000 नंबर ऑफ फोटोज लिए व्हील्स के, द डेटा प्रोसेसिंग, उसका एक कोड जनरेट किया, द मॉडल सिलेक्शन, जो हमने व्हील्स के मॉडल्स जिसके नंबर ऑफ फोटोज लिए थे उसको ट्रेन किया, वो जो मॉडल तैयार किया जो कोडिंग का, उसको वो कंप्लीट मॉडल को ट्रेन किया गया, इवैल्यूएट किया गया, परफॉर्मेंस ट्यूनिंग, डू प्रेडिक्शन एंड डिप्लॉय द मॉडल्स. सो दिस इज द आउटपुट रिजल्ट ऑफ दैट प्रोग्राम. इसमें इस तरीके का रिजल्ट आया कि वो जो व्हील है ना, वो उसका हेल्थ कंडीशन कैसा है. मतलब मान के चलते हैं कि इफ द सेंसर्स और वी कैन से द कैमरास आर अटैच्ड ओवर द व्हील, ईच व्हील, है ना? अभी बहुत सारे इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स आए, इवन द टू व्हीलर्स, द डिस्प्ले आर अवेलेबल ऑन द टू व्हीलर. तो वो अगर मारुति 800 की बात कर दी जाए और आजकल की एसयूवी की बात कर दी जाए, तो मारुति 800 तो पसंद आएगा नहीं, एसयूवी पसंद आएगा. नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ दैट द ड्यूरेबिलिटी ऑफ द व्हीकल or we can say the safety factor of the vehicle, but because of the उसका इलेक्ट्रॉनिक सिस्टम, वाह उसमें बहुत अच्छा है ना? उसमें जो साउंड सिस्टम बहुत बढ़िया आ रहा है. तो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स पार्ट जो भी होता है ना, उसकी वजह से आजकल गाड़ियां पसंद आती है. ओके, सो इसमें क्या करना था? दी अभी जो रेलवेज में स्टील स्ट्रक्चर है, आपको उसको इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स बनाना है, इमेज प्रोसेसिंग करना है उसमें. सो व्हील्स के ऊपर अगर कुछ कैमरास लगा दिए जाए, तो वो कैमरास का डिस्प्ले रहेगा लोको पायलट के ऊपर, लोको पायलट के कैबिन में उसका डिस्प्ले रहेगा, एंड दैट इमेज विल गेट कैप्चर्ड. ऑलरेडी लाइब्रेरी में सब नंबर ऑफ फेल्ड कंपोनेंट्स व्हील्स के फोटोज अवेलेबल है. अगर वो व्हील फेल हो जाता है एट सम डिस्टेंस, जो भी जितना भी डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल करने के बाद थोड़ा सा भी क्रैक आ जाता है, वो उसके साथ मैच हो गया, इट विल गेट डिस्प्लेड ऑन द स्क्रीन. सो दैट इज नथिंग बट द कंडीशन मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम. फॉर दैट पर्पस द पाइथन कोड इज जनरेटेड, जिसमें अभी उन्होंने इतना ही काम किया था कि इट्स 0% और 100%, कंप्लीटली हेल्दी और कंप्लीटली फेल्यूर, इसके ऊपर इतना काम किया गया. The computer people can work over this one कि जो व्हील है वो 0%, 10%, 20%, मतलब लोको पायलट को तभी पता चल जाएगा कि वो जो व्हील, जो भी नंबर ऑफ 6 एक्सेल से 12 व्हील्स टोटल्स, उसमें से कौन सा व्हील फेल होने वाला है उसको पहले ही पता चल जाएगा, एंड दैट कैन बी रिप्लेस एंड द एक्सीडेंट कैन बी अवॉइडेड. सो दैट थिंग्स कैन बी डू बाय द कंप्यूटर पीपल. That's why the senior DME of the Mumbai division, they require the computer people to implement this one. Okay, so this is the result, and these are the capture images due to this program. जो हमने वो इसमें दिया था उसमें वो कैप्चर हो गए थे. इससे हमें वो पता चलेगा कि वो व्हील का हेल्थ कंडीशन कैसा है. Got it? So thank you. These are the some points from my side. I think all are very happy. So thank you very much. If you have any question, please ask.
Train may, during the running, there is no vibrations. Okay. In Indian Railway, at the time of the running, there is
Because of it, it's a speed matter, sir. Yes, because the metro speed is not exceeding, I think so, more than 40 kilometer per hour. And this wagon engine, the fastest locomotive in the Indian Railway, it will work, it will run 120 kilometer per hour average speed, and the capacity of that railway is 150 kilometer per hour. That railway can run use on the 150 kilometer per hour. So that speed is also get matters. Any more? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, to guide us with your valuable words. Now I request Dr. Samyak Parekar, sir, to felicitate Dr. Manoj Kumbalkar, sir, with memento. Thank you, Samyak, sir. Now I would like to call upon Dr. Rahul Kokle, sir, for inaugural vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, all dignitaries present for this function. I express my deep gratitude towards the eminent speaker of today's function, Dr. Manish Kurekar. Because of his busy schedule, he went, but I am very much thankful to him. He is associate professor and head of the department of CAC in VNIT Nagpur. Dr. Kurekar imparted his precious knowledge to the audience through his keynote speech. So I am thankful to him. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to Dr. Manoj Kumbhalkar, who is associate professor and head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, JSPM Pune. He has also imparted his precious knowledge to our audience through his keynote speech, and our audience has really enjoyed his keynote address. I am thankful to our management. I am thankful to our Honorable Vice Chancellor Madam for her valuable time. I am thankful to Dr. Joshi sir, the Registrar of GHRU in Saikheda. I am thankful to our driving force, Dr. Arvind Bodhe, the Dean of School of Engineering and Technology, GHRU in Saikheda, for his constant support and motivation. I am thankful to Dr. Samyak Parekar, Dr. Jatin Sadarang, and all the committee members for their valuable contribution for this conference. Last but not least, I am thankful to all the participants for their contribution to this conference. So once again, thank you all of you.
Thank you, Kokle, sir. Important message to all. Now we will have break for lunch. Request all faculties and students to gather for technical session online and offline mode after lunch at 2:30 sharp. Thank you. After lunch, be prepared for poster presentation.